Nice job in this.
Thank you.
You know, it's an amazing experience watching this film because there seems to be so much love and care put into this film.
Oh, it's tremendously so. I mean, it's like, when you first get a script, a lot of times, a lot of actors do this. Well, maybe I shouldn't speak for all actors, but you thumb through and look for your part.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And that was the first thing that I had done. I had a lot of other scripts. I was seeing, how does this look? And I found myself, starting to read it. As a matter of fact, at the studio, we weren't allowed to take the scripts out. When we first were brought into audition, we had to read them there.
Yeah.
And we weren't allowed to take them out, so it was very hush-hush, this project.
So you think, ooh, now I really want to see my part.
Yeah, now, let me see the part. Then I said, well, let me start. And I started reading it, and it was amazing because it was a real page turner. It was one of those scripts where I was counting the pages at the end to see, like, when it ended, because I didn't want it to end. Which you find out watching the movie, 3 hours goes by, incredibly fast. It's, I mean, it was almost, this sounds wild, right? But it was almost like a bit of a spiritual experience because it made you want to go find someone who has misunderstood you, and you have misunderstood them, and extend a hand in friendship and make an attempt to understand that person, where they're coming from, and explain where you're coming from, like a natural enemy.
Yeah.
And that's what I got from it. And
there's a lot of forgiveness in this film.
oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is this part you fought for?
No. Yeah, well, let me explain something to you. I went, they originally had me reading for the part of Spivey. He was the character who was, basically torturing Kevin through the whole thing.
Yeah, the real bad guy.
Yeah, and Kevin drowned him.
Right.
Lieutenant Dunbar ended up drowning him. When I first read it, even though the actor did a wonderful job, I didn't like that part. I was fascinated with this part of Timmons. And they had been looking for someone. They said, well, Robert, the casting director, says, these are the people we're looking for Timmons. And they were all like about 60 to 70 years old.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's the part that I want to read. I don't think I really even want to. I just love this part. And who says he has to be young?
Yeah.
And they says, well, I says, okay, next time. And I was walking out. And she called me back. She says, Robert, why don't you come in tomorrow and just read Timmons with Kevin? And I said, sure, fine. I think, as a matter of fact, someone said it was between myself and Mickey Rooney. So
Mickey was tied up.
Yeah, Mickey was tied up. He's doing Andy Hardy
He's
returns.
doing Sugar Babies again,
But it was just interesting to hear that.
Well, it's a funny part too, but it's a good part. And,
yeah.
And there are comic relief parts in movies that are always there for comic relief intentionally, and then there are movies that kind of transcend that. I think this does.
Yeah.
Where it's real fun and real interesting.
Yeah. It was. I have trouble sometimes watching myself on the screen. It's a little too close. I go like, I said, why? It's not that bad. Well, I wouldn't want him to move in with me, but but it's.
Yeah, you wouldn't probably buy him eggs on Easter.
Oh.
In fact, when it stopped last night, we all went and got eggs.
You did, didn't you?
We talked about it. But
yeah. That was a running joke through the whole shoot. I said, Robert, you want any eggs sent up to your room? No, I'll have a piece of steak.
You eat a lot of eggs on that shoot?
Oh, incredible. I mean, what you see, you see
Sure.
me eating a lot, but as we were shooting it, I must have ate like a dozen eggs in an hour. More than that.
You happy with Murphy Brown?
Oh, sure.
It's amazing. It's a great show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
And it's one of those shows that I think builds and gets better and better instead of dropping off.
Yeah, that seems to be what's happening. That seems to be the way it's going. Like,
it's
I get
funny.
Each script you get is just, that more than an extension of the other one. It just moves into a different area each time. And it's one of those sitcoms that you're not, like, I never thought I would do a sitcom. That was one of the furthest things from my mind when I first, came in and started working. But it's one of the ones that you're, proud to be a part of. It's not like, I don't want to say some of, but you know what I mean. Some
Sure.
of the sitcoms are very, very fluff, And this one, it deals with issues, environment we've dealt with. Just had an episode that dealt with, freedom of speech, the First Amendment. And, it has something to say. And it gets a message across through a joke.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the smart ones do that.
Yeah, smart ones do that.
Very much.
They sure do.
Nice job.
Hey,
Yeah, good stuff.
nice meeting you.
Nice to see you in this phone.